Mayor-elect Eric Adams makes the first major appointment of his administration. Today, he introduced a new schools chancellor who says that he is the perfect partner to revamp a system that has betrayed its students.
It's New York native David Banks. He is the pick, and he has quite the resume. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer here now with more on this first pick. Marcia.
Well, Maurice and Christine, Eric Adams' decision to install David Banks as his school czar wasn't done lightly or quickly. Adams has been discussing the city's education system with Banks for 8 years. They see eye to eye on what needs to be done, and they intend to start a revolution to fix the broken system.
We are in a city where 65% of black and brown children never reach proficiency, and we act like that's normal. Let me tell you something, if 65% of white children were not reaching proficiency in this city, they will burn this city down.
Eric Adams and his new schools chancellor David Banks don't want to burn the school system down, they want to build the school system up, start a revolution in education from the bottom up. And as the two walk towards PS 161 in Crown Heights, where Banks studied, yes, that is him holding up his 4th grade picture, it is clear that they see eye to eye on what has to be done to right the wrongs of the system they are inheriting from Bill de Blasio.
Change is coming.
Banks making it clear that as chancellor he intends to totally overhaul the education system, and target one seems to be the top-heavy bureaucracy installed by de Blasio and his then-chancellor Richard Carranza. Adams and Banks say they want a system that supports teachers and principals, not bureaucrats.
We are getting ready to not just play around with this. We're going to turn over the tables. What's the value add for having thousands of people who work at Tweet? That's right. For having thousands of people in these high-paid positions. There needs to be a transformation, and it will start at the top. We will turn the tables over.
I asked the mayor-elect and the new chancellor whose jobs may be on the chopping block.
Every job that educate, protect, care for children will be safe. Be clear on what I said.
Right.
If you're there because you enjoy going to conferences, if you're there because you're using taxpayers' dollars to extend your educational criteria to pad your resume, if you're there for anything other than educating our children, then you should be concerned.
We are going to be committed to decentralizing a lot of the bureaucracy. We're going to push people closer to where the action is. The action is in schools. You know, we recently saw the current mayor sending people from Tweed to go to work in schools, and people were coming out of Tweed were like, my Lord, I've never worked around kids before. What am I supposed to do? We got to change that.
Right.
Well, the mayor-elect is also vowing a laser-like focus on the Department of Education's budget. He says right now the money is not being spent properly. Taxpayers are being shortchanged. Meanwhile, parents have high hopes for the new regime. I'll have that part of the story coming up at 6 o'clock. Christine, Maurice.
Okay, Marcia, thank you.
All right.